friends, and welcome to another tutorial. My name is Fotini and you're visiting me on Fotini's Stampin' Spot, and I'm going to show you how I make this beautiful card that is going to be used for my team's July swap. And it is utilizing a couple different stamp sets. The main stamp set is the Daisy Delight, and we're going to be using the Daisy, and it comes with the coordinating punch, which if you purchase them together you can save 10%. So here's the coordinating punch for this set, the Daisy Delight. We're also going to use Lemon Zest, and we're going to use the Happy Birthday sentiment from Lemon Zest to make a happy birthday card. So I have pretty much a lot of things already cut up so that this card, because I have to make 17 of them. So what I wanted to just basically show you was how easy this beautiful daisy is to punch. Now you can see here I have some daisies with a center blank and the other one with a center filled in. I'm going to show you how we do that. These are 17 of each one that we're going to layer on top to make this very full looking card. So what I wanted to do was show you how I stamp that. So this is just a piece of Whisper White. We're going to use Calypso Coral ink, and we're going to stamp the daisy. Now a tip is to make sure that you have at least one petal facing down in the center, because that lines up with our punch and it'll be easier for you to punch. So we're just going to ink this up, and we're going to just go right in the center and lift up. Okay, and we're also going to add in the center. Now I did this 17 times like this, blank in the center, and then 17 times I did them again, but I added the center that makes it look like it's the center of the flower. So we just line that up, and it's great using these photopolymer stamps. They're see-through, so it's no problem stamping that at all. So for right now, we're going to close the Calypso Coral. I'm going to show you how easy it is to punch this out. So since we now stamped with this facing down, one of the petals, all you have to do is line it up with this in here, and you can see I cut it a little short, my paper, but for the most part you can line it up. Had I made it a little longer, I just used a piece of scrap, it would have been easier to adjust. I just want to try and get it where it's not cutting off. Okay, so we're lining it up. If you do this at home, please make sure you have a little bit more paper. Let's try to take this out again and try again and line it up. I usually have a little bit bigger pieces of paper, but this is like just enough size. So we're making it more difficult than it needs to be. So there we go. You can see it's all lined up, and we just punch it out. There you go. And the excess you can throw out. And then we just close this up. So what else I made for this card is I took Pool Party and I used the Big Shot, and I cut out a scallop circle using the 2 13/16 scallop, and then I took Calypso Coral and I cut that out using a circle from the Layering Circles. Show you that. Here we go, the Layering Circle framelits. So I used not the largest scallop, the one below, and then I used the circle that is 2 7/16, and I did 17 of each of these. The next thing that I did is I used my Calypso Coral again to make a background layer, and this is cut at 5.5 by 2 3/4. And on top of that we will be layering this beautiful, beautiful DSP paper, Delightful Daisy DSP paper. It is two-sided, but we will be using this right here. I just think the combination is going to be spectacular. So I'm just going to assemble one to show you how quick and easy it is to assemble, and I'll show you a quick technique for making our daisies look so pretty. So first things first, is that we're going to take our DSP, we're going to flip it over, we're going to add some adhesive, and we're going to line it up. Please make sure your flowers are in the proper direction if you're using a paper that has, you know, ups and downs. So we also have Pool Party as our card base, which I've cut an 8.5 by 11 in half. So we have 5.5, 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So this is going to be adhered to somewhere around the middle, kind of like that. I want to have enough room to put my sentiment down here, so I don't want to go too low. Okay, so we adhere this. Okay, and I have it so that it lines up perfectly. Okay, now before we adhere our daisy, let's go ahead and do that sentiment. So I have Happy Birthday right here, and like I said, this is from the Lemon Zest. I just like the font, how clean the font was, so you'll see it'll look really nice on this Pool Party. So I just go right here and I line it up, push down, see, nice and crisp and clean, and we are done with this. Now, a trick that I want to show for the daisies. The first trick is to make them look kind of realistic. You take your bone folder or an edge of some sort of pencil or something, and you just kind of put your thumb on the top and your bone folder on the bottom, almost kind of like you're peeling a potato, let's say, or something like that, except you're not pulling down, you're pulling away, and you're just gonna just gently roll the petals downward. Now you would think, like, why are we going downward? Well, it's going to give you a much realistic look, and when you see how it stands up like that, can you see that? Gives a little bit of a shadow versus the flat. It'll give it more of a realistic look, and then when we put our dimensional, it just gives that a nice bend. So this is no big deal. You know what else this reminds me of? When we curl that curling string for balloons, same concept. So on the back of one, the one that has the center already stamped, I'm going to use my glue dot, and I'm going to adhere one glue dot. Now the way I adhered these is I lay it down, it's standing, and then I just place this so that the petals go in between to fill the space. So you see it kind of just nestles there, and then I just push it down. And right there you have yourself a petal. So the next step would be to take our circle and our scallop circle and just adhere those two together. There we go. And then the last thing we're going to do is use our dimensionals, and we're going to pop this up. So I use 4. This is a bigger circle. Okay. And I take this off, and I off-center it on the card, more to the left. Okay, and then I take one more dimensional and I put it on the back of my daisy and push that down. Just find the center, and then when you do, just give a push. And there you have it. You have a really quick and easy card. Now I have to go ahead and make another 15 cards. Thanks for watching, and if all the information for this card, the dimensions and the supplies used, you can find it on my blog at www.fotinisstampinspot.com. There will be a link below, and you can shop any of these items at my online shopping page at fotinichikudis.stampinup.net, and there will be a link below to take you right to that page, or you can go from my blog. Either way. Thanks for visiting, and please click subscribe if you like this video and would like to see some more and not miss out on any future videos. Appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video, and hope to have you come again soon. Thanks, and have a great one.